What's up, guys? Nobody's here right now yet, but that's all right. You guys are going to make it here. Girls are on speakerphone with me right now. So we're getting it back up. Have no idea what happened. I'm the curse of the Nine Knolls, Piper says. So far, I don't see nobody in here. That's okay. I'm making sure that we're adding this to Facebook right now, so that everybody can watch there too. And you guys got the link yet? You coming in? Yeah. Okay, cool. So awful when something like that happens.
Here.
Yep. Oh, okay. So we got people back. Jenny's back. We're working this out, guys. Sorry. Dee, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, great. Where you at, Piper? You're just in here. There you are.
Okay.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get off the phone.
Oh, there's a weird echo.
Because of the phone.
Okay.
Because I had the phone on speaker. Guys, that was so weird. The Knive Knolls must have heard we were talking about them, because this happened once before when we were talking about the Knive Knolls and we got booted off. D will be right back. And I got to go post this to Facebook. This new link. Piper, you there? Everybody there? We're already up. We're already live.
Good.
What happened?
I don't know. Facebook found out we were talking bad about their darlings.
Yeah, right. You guys, all of the, I don't know if has this happened on every live chat where you're unable to see the comments once the stream has ended? I think that's the case, but I'm not sure. But we saved the whole chat, so we can tell you exactly where we left off.
Yeah, because I was actually out for a while. I don't know what happened. My phone said, my computer said
for a while, and then and then
it said it looks like your computer's falling asleep, so we ended this. And I'm like, what? No. And now my phone's sitting here at 1% without nothing happening on it. So I'm gonna go in here and turn down some battery stuff. Like I'm gonna turn the thing down. I'm also connected to network now too. So I'm connected to a cellular and my home network.
Okay,
So I think we're good as long as my computer doesn't want to go back out.
Okay, am I here now?
Definitely not what we want, how we wanted things to go on this.
I changed to my phone because something was going on, so I changed to my phone. So I can't see the comments anymore.
All right, so catch me up to what you guys were talking about, and then D, if you can go into the chat and just kind of read comments that were there.
Oh, yeah, sure. So hang on one second, and I can pull that in. Thanks for coming back, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.
The original chat's all gone, but we save it just so we know. We always save the chat. We don't know why it does that, but in the comments, people were saying, Danny, preach, because you were, speaking the word, and the word was you. Speak the truth, Danny. Something's wrong when a man can just walk away from his family. Oh, and Judith's Life did a video. I think the best one on this. That's what Papa 9099 said.
Yeah, because I had mentioned her before. What happened with her situation too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Jenny Pierre. I missed this comment first, but I said that specifically to I don't know if it was Danny or Deshay. I said that I don't know why she kept having babies. Like you had two, and then
Right, yeah.
rocky ground. That third baby was to keep them together. That's what Jenny Pierre says.
I definitely feel like that third baby was like, okay, let's work this out.
Yeah.
Maj,
And let me just say this. Can I interrupt really quick? Because I really want to make a comment that I was getting to before.
Sure.
That I really wanted to share. One of the things that really drives me crazy, okay, Austin is the cheater, right? And he's the one who's saying, I don't want to hurt Brittany anymore. And I saw a lot of people okay with that, right? They saw a lot of people saying, good, leave her, let her have a chance at happiness.
But that's not the
right?
way anybody really means it when they say that.
Right. Well, I mean, there's just so many people that are kind of like agreeing with him. Yeah, you're a horrible person. You need to leave. Go away. We don't want to see you anyways. It's like kind of feeding right into what he was saying. But one of the things is he's leaving her, and he made that very clear that he's leaving her. If you're talking about you want the best for her, then you would give her that option, right? You would give her that reason. You would give her the ability to leave. You would tell her, look, if you're unhappy, please leave. Rather than saying, I'm unhappy, so I'm going to leave. What if she wouldn't want, what if she like is legit, you know? What if she's like really does, what if she's praying and wanting this to work out, and she's in it for the long haul, and she's a good somebody that's going to put up with your crap and pray and hope that you change and all that stuff. And as a Christian man, that's where I get really like, it wasn't your right to leave her when you've been cheating. It was her right to leave you, and you stole that from her too.
And Danny, to speak to that in the comments, that's what the guys were saying. They were saying that he took advantage of her faith.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like,
and her love and devotion to him.
Yeah, I feel like that's it's not your choice. Like it's not your choice to leave. You're the cheater. It's her choice to end it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, we can all say like she's weak for not ending it sooner, you know, or she's weak for not being the one to end it. We can look at that and we can say that. But in the reality, if you're a person of faith and you really believe, like I believe, that divorce is not an option, that you can always work it out. You can always, and what it takes is the person that's the offending person changing themselves, but you believe that God can do a miracle and change people's hearts. Like that's my belief, is that God can do that thing. Then it's not your right to just say, oh, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Well, you know,
because I'm unhappy.
There's a Christian couple that actually spoke to this. They're one of the people who did a reaction video, and they said much the same thing, that, you know, he deprived her of the right to say, you know, I don't.
Was that the black guy with the dreads?
Yes.
Who's that?
Yeah. I subscribed to them tonight.
I really liked theirs, and I liked what
Who's
they had
that?
to say.
It's just this people that did a reaction video, and they were pretty on point.
Yeah, they were very on point. They came from a place, a very faith-based place, and I agreed with what they were saying, and I do agree that he took that right from her, and they mentioned that too, that she was the one who had the right to leave because she did not commit adultery. He had no right to divorce her, and for him to take that away from her and then move out, you know, it's like, you disgraced her and now you're also leaving her. And you know, what if she's trying to work this marriage out, and instead of giving her that, because as you said, she deserves the best, then she deserves your best effort even if you're not happy. You know, like, oh well, like you can't just decide. I mean, that's a very selfish thing. You got married, you had all these children, and now you're like, well, my happiness level is below what I think it should be, so I'm out. And that was her right to do. She should have been given the right to say, I'm done. This is all I can take. This has happened again. And I think that would have given her strength back. But for him to be like, yeah, I decided I'm the one who said it was over. It's like you
It
don't
left her
come off,
powerless. It left
yeah,
her
you don't come
powerless.
off any better by saying you're the one who chose it. First of all, like you don't look better for leaving. Like you look
Right.
worse.
Right.
So,
He feels
like,
like
can we
the
go?
narcissist he is feels like he's doing it for the betterment of her and their relationship and their parenting and things like that. And he's not.
Yeah.
He's doing it because he wants to go sling that dick everywhere.
Yep.
Freely without
To every wall in sight.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you've
And
been following the Knives Noel scandals, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, just the way he was saying it, I shouldn't be married anymore. I shouldn't be married. I was just like, dude, could
Well,
you
and then
be
he
any more
tried to
about
blame
yourself?
he tried to blame being married young, which I mean, okay, I'm 34 years old when I married Mimi.
Mhm.
That that's I mean that's normal in our area. Like it's a normal age in our area, but it's not from my hometown. Like my hometown, all of my siblings were married young, and all of them have great relationships. And the young thing, I would not tell people to get married young. I would tell them to wait until you're at least, for men, 29, at least 29. For women, I would say 25. You could look at that. That's still kind of young, but you could look at that. But you can't blame it on being married young and saying, well, everyone in our church said we should be married, so we got married. No, you didn't. You married because you were in love. You thoughtfully went through the process and thought through it. Nobody goes into a decision like that and says, oh, I'm doing this just because this is what's being said. You're trying to blame shift it off on something else. And
Well, he blamed it on that. He blamed it on her being so perfect.
Right.
Anything to absolve him.
Yeah, anything that
right.
he wanted to make sure he was not the one who was at fault there. So,
excuse me a minute,
he
guys.
could
I'm
blame
gonna
it
pop
on,
out for a second. I'm gonna pop out for a second.
Yeah. Okay. And the thing about growing, and Crystalline hit on this in her video too. She said, you do change. You physically change over a 7-year period. Everything in you, every cell dies. There's rebirth and all that type of stuff. You really do change every 7 years. The reality is, you do change. And as being married as a 19-year-old or being married as a 35-year-old and turning, looking at someday turning 42. Is everybody good? Are we still good? Or did we bounce off again?
We're still good.
My computer just beeped at me again. I do not want this to die again. Okay, we good?
We're good.
Okay. So you do change, and that's the point of marriage, is that you have a partner that you're changing and growing with. The problem with Austin is he hasn't changed. He's only changed on the outside. He only changes the outside perception. And that's a perception that wants to please everyone. But his inside and his outside, they don't match. And he lacks integrity. Like integrity, he lacks character. He lacks somebody else that I was listening to had a really good point, and she said that when you want to grow in knowledge of ourselves. We want to grow and learn who we are. And if you're doing that in a marriage, then you're doing that with your partner. You're growing with your partner. And that's what the absolute best part of being married is. Like, that's my favorite part of being married to my wife, is us growing together, us learning things together, learning new things about each other, learning new ways to deal with things. Like I'm not living life alone. I'm not living life on my own. I have my partner that I'm living life with, and I'm growing, and she's growing, and I'm excited to see that growth. And in 7 years, we will not be the same people, but I guarantee you, because we have us focus. We have an us focus, not a me or you focus. We have an us focus. I guarantee you, we're going to be growing together, and we'll be stronger in 7 years, and in 14 years, and in 21 years. That as you grow, and you grow with your partner, you don't grow by yourself.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
Okay, so Dee's going to come back, and we're going to go to some of the older comments because they were getting hot and good. And we will, guys, what we're going to do is in the description of both of these videos, we're going to try to anyways, we're going to try to put all the comments in the description on both of these videos. So if you want to go back and see the comments, you can there.
Yeah.
But going to comments right now. Y'all are back. Yep, original chat is all gone. Yes, I'm ready now because now I have some snacks for this one. LOL. Danny was reading him for the filthy dust rag he is. Deshay said she wished she had some wine. Coffee or tea with Ann says, I think she is a wonderful person and I hope she can stay strong. Natural, guys, I'm horrible with the name. So cuteness says seems to be genuine to me, but there's always something off about him. Talking about Brittany, that she seems to be genuine. Same man, I believe she can make it. I'm hoping. LOL to every wall. He's not trying to take any responsibility. I'm really concerned about Audrey, their daughter. She will be very deeply affected. She will. Yeah. And that's the part that's most frustrating. Yeah, she's old enough to understand that something's deeply wrong. Austin gives out a narcissistic vibe. She is extremely smart. That is the one thing that is like so like his decision is a selfish decision he's making for his life that he's not. He says, my kids, he even made the statement, my kids mean it like this, but he said it, and words matter, right? Let me see it. He said, sorry, guys. Oh, he said these words specifically. I thought these were really weird words that he said, and I wrote them down because it's exactly how he said. He said, this is something that they will have to deal with. Like, that does not sound like a dad. Like, well, this is just life and something they're going to have to deal with. That sounds like a
jerk.
That sounds like somebody that heard it. That sounds like a YouTube comment that's not involved in your life, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a dad. That sounds like a total stranger commenting on your life. Yeah. This sounds like something they're going to have to deal with. That is so, like, honestly, that's where I hurt for their kids. Like, I hurt for their kids because, and again, now what has he done with this? He's just made statistics.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
He's turned Brittany into a single mom, and a black single mom, and to his kids, two black kids with no dad. And yeah, he can say all he wants right now that he's going to be present. He'll be present with them as long as he needs them. To him, it's the same thing as the Kardashians. It's the same thing. They're just props.
Well,
they're just props.
You can tell that by the way he kept talking about, I hope that you guys can, all the negative thoughts towards me, you can turn that into positivity for Britt as she does, continues the channel. And I'm like, he sounded so much like he was just representing a brand versus his whole family he's just ripping apart instead of being
right.
a family.
Like, he's leaving a job. He checked out a long time ago.
Yeah.
He's leaving a job.
Yeah, he's like, it's just like his exit interview for a job. Like he was just very much like, just to please support her and the channel. And I'm like, you guys are a real family and you really just broke it up. So you really need to deal with that. And
you're not the person that needs to be talking to us about supporting anybody right now.
Yeah. Like, he shouldn't be saying anything to that nature and then encouraging us to do that. He should be working on his marriage for real. He should be working on his life for real. It should.
He says they went to counseling for like a year. I went to counseling at one point in my life. I went to counseling for 7 months. Mm-hmm. I didn't go for like a year or something because I went for a purpose because I wanted things in my life to be different that I saw that were not going well in my life. And so I wanted those things to change. And so I went for a purpose, and I didn't go for like a year and as an excuse of why it's okay for me to leave, because obviously the counseling didn't work. So I need to leave.
Yeah. Like they tried that, didn't work, didn't take. I'm like, you actually have to put something into that for that to work too. Like, you can't just be doing the same stuff and then expect it to just magically fix all the stuff you're continuing to do.
Yeah. One of the other things that, I mean, he brought out that, sorry guys, I got the pipe clean. What is this called? A pipe cleaner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been playing with this the whole time. it's my fidget, my fidget toy. So one of the things that I think that he brought out that I think is an important conversation to have. And a lot of people have been talking about this on the kind of reaction videos, is this idea that what you see on the internet isn't real.
Yeah.
That people put their, I feel like, so Jamie and Nikki and Gabe and Babe have both addressed this before to comments or to questions when they've done question videos. And they've said, you guys don't ever fight. Why don't you ever fight in your videos? And they've always said, why would we show our fights? Right?
Yeah.
Like, why would we show that? And I think that, like, honestly, for me and my channel, like our last video that we did, that Nimi and I did, was like super sweet video, right? Like, we went on a date. It's a surprise picnic I had for her. It's totally, if you want to say relationship goals, it's that, right? It's that type of video. And then later that day, we were arguing and fighting over something stupid. We put on as, like, I don't even want to say as content creators, because on this channel, like, that's the one thing that I can say. We are real. We keep it real. We keep our emotions real. We keep our feelings real. We keep our words real. Like, what you're getting on Love and Swirl, I almost said it's Swirl World. What you're getting here is you're getting the conversations that we have over the phone.
Yeah.
You're getting the conversations that we have. We're not dressing anything up. We're not saying it any differently. But on a couple's YouTube channel, okay, you're just walk through this for a second. You're not like living your life in front of cameras, edits it and puts up their favorite parts like it would be on a TV show, on a reality show, right? What you're doing is you're filming yourself, and then you're going and editing your video, and you're trying to figure out what are people going to like to see the best, right? What version of this is going to be the best? So you're cutting stuff out where you're stuttering, you're cutting stuff out where you're annoyed, you're cutting stuff out where you look at a certain way, cutting that stuff out, and you're not including everything in. Not because you're not trying to be real, but why would you want to put, you're not going to get the reaction you're looking to get when you put up a video is you want to share your life with people. Now you can share that, like angry, upset, fighting, all that stuff. You can share that if you want. And you're not going to get very many viewers. Like, people that do that have like 12 views on their videos. And I don't know, it is narcissistic to even put up videos of yourself. I agree. I engage in that. Sometimes I wonder, why am I doing this? Why do I put up videos? But then, I mean, oftentimes you get the emails from people that say that you inspire them. Oh, Piper, I got to tell you something awesome, girl.
What?
Something awesome. I don't even think I told this to Dee yet. And she's muted right now. I don't know if she's even here back yet. She just unmuted herself. Maybe she's here. So the other day, y'all, Dee, did I tell you this? Did I tell you about my Uber ride the other day?
Nope.
The other day, oh, it was so cool. So I'm driving late at night, Newport Beach. I'm driving Uber, y'all, so we can get out of debt, so we can travel, because my wife and I, we want to travel a lot. So I'm trying to get out of debt. I'm hustling all the time, driving Uber, trying to make it all happen. It's going really well. We're halfway through our debt. Like, we're going to get there. So I'm driving, and I pick up this girl, right? Pick her up, and I'm driving her home, and her and her boyfriend, and she says something about Oregon, and I'm like, oh, I'm from Oregon. And she's like, really, what part? And I was Eugene, and we're talking a little bit. She's like, oh, I used to go to Medford. And she's like, she says something about the white man really loved her in Oregon, right? It's a black woman, and so she said something about the white man really loved her in Oregon, and I was like, oh, you swirl, that's so cool, even though she's in the back of the car with a black guy, right? I'm like, that's so cool. My wife is actually black too. She's Nigerian, and she goes, wait, you're Nini's husband, right?
Oh wow.
I'm like, time out, huh? Like, that's weird. And she's like, yeah, I knew I recognized you. She pulls up our Instagram and she starts showing her boyfriend our Instagram video, our Instagram pictures and stuff. She's like, look at his gorgeous wife. Oh, she's so beautiful. I'm like, how do you know us? And she's like, I don't know, Instagram, YouTube, something. I found you a while ago. And then I realized, like, oh yeah, I know this girl. Like, she's always commenting on our pictures. Like, I recognize her. And so then she describes, and this is like what's cool about YouTube, is she describes, this is something I'm proud of. You know, I'm not. I used to, when I first started with Swirl World, I didn't tell people I was a Christian. I didn't talk about my faith at all. I think, Dee, you found out that I worked at a church like a long time after we were friends, right? I think, Piper, same thing with you. I think we were like, we were doing the show 6 months before y'all found out.
You and I talked about it a lot sooner than that.
Yeah.
Because we had a long phone conversation about, and I'm like, I'm a Christian too. And then we talked about that.
So this girl, she says, you know what's great about this couple, hon? They're always praying. They're always praying on their videos. And I'm like, I don't remember us praying on a YouTube video at all. But she's like, they're praying for us. Like, one time they even prayed for me. And I was like, so then I'm thinking back, oh yeah, we used to do that on Periscope and stuff for people, right?
Oh yeah.
And that's cool. Like, that's the part of YouTube that is awesome. This right here, this show that we have going on right now, you guys are my, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this because it's kind of a girl thing to say, but you guys are my sisters from another mister. But like, we're like, I don't know.
Family.
What is it? Help me put it into words. What's going on with this show and where we are 4 years after we started, right? Still.
Wow. Can you believe that?
I know, like, it's so crazy. It's been 4 years.
And that's a good part of you. That's a good part of YouTube. And so Austin's video honestly challenged me, and some of the reactions I saw kind of challenged me to not necessarily show fights, but to make sure that I'm not putting on YouTube something that's not genuine, something that's not who I am, that the inside is matching the outside, right?
Yeah.
That it's mirroring it, and that we're putting out those type of videos because really that's the thing, is the lack of character is why Austin has gotten to the place he's at, to where he's made the decisions that he's made. And like, we can go down like there's probably a whole road of decisions that he's made that's brought him to here. And the integrity and the character wasn't there to keep him from that. And that's where it all boils down to, is as you're growing with your partner, you're growing, you're growing, and you have to grow together. You have to grow together, and you have to grow in a level of maturity and integrity. And if you don't, and if you're selfish and you're about what makes me happy in the moment, because happiness is just in the moment, then it's always going to wind up bad. It always will wind up bad.
Well, because every state is non-permanent. You know, you're not always happy. You're not always sad. You're not always, weak. You're not always strong. All of these are temporary conditions. And so to make such a big decision in the moment when you're just not happy, it's like, but you might be happy in 2 or 3 days and really regret this decision. It's like none of these states are perfect. So you have to, you can't make huge decisions like that because you're in a season of being unhappy. It's part of life. You're not going to walk around with a huge smile on your face every single day. You're not going to be sublimely happy or, intensely devastated. It doesn't work like that.
But you can choose to fight for happiness. Happiness is the wrong word. It's really
your attitude within that.
Yeah.
Moment. It's not like you're fighting necessarily for happiness, but you're choosing your attitude. When you're upset or angry, you're choosing your attitude within those times. Are you going to you know, act like a base, you know, human, or are you going to act like, you know, are you going to, you know, power through? Are you going to go claim your happiness, your bliss in whatever way that is? You know, are you going to stay true to yourself within those moments?
Yeah.
And I guess it's
Yeah.
part of like not necessarily happiness, but maybe contentment, and to just be
Yeah.
content in, you know, your skin and in the person you are, and just have those be content.
She's
And
got
so that,
no choice.
yeah,
She's got no choice
yeah,
now. And as a parent, and she's got multiples, she's got no choice but to just persevere and power through, because she has to be there for the little people. Mom has to be okay in order for the little people to be okay. That's rule number
That's
one.
true.
People often say, and it drives me nuts when people say that. They're like, oh, well, as long as the kids are okay. Well, who's taking care of the kids? It's mom. And mom needs to
Right.
be okay. And, you know, it's you know, going to take more than prayer. You know, it's going to take her persevering and putting her foot down. And she's going to have to eliminate him. That's first and foremost. In order for her to be okay, she's going to have to eliminate him from her space.
And I feel like right now they're just kind of trying to do business together and divorcing.
yeah,
And I that's why my very first words were like, go find the best defense lawyer or divorce attorney and take that video. I'm sure if I was a divorce attorney, I would be contacting her like right now, like, hey, I saw this video. Look, I can get you set up. This guy's obviously not going to be around for a while.
yeah,
He'll be around for a little bit, but as soon as it gets tough get going, right? Like he's going to be out, and that's a sad thing. And these beautiful kids are going to grow up without their dad, and I honestly just see that's the future for them. And so hopefully some man steps in, but the reality is, like, probably not. You know,
yeah. Unfortunately,
probably not.
that's the sad kind of truth behind it, is that, you know, she's a statistic now, and not even just uh in a racial way. You know, everybody calls it the 7 year itch in marriage
Yep.
and everything, and there has got to be a little bit of truth there, because a lot of these internet, you know, these YouTube couples have broken up at the 7 year mark. The
And I'll
seven
say
year
one
mark
of
for all of them is like they give up, and it's like at the 7 year mark is when you should probably be fighting the hardest to make sure you get over that hump, and you don't fall victim to the statistic of you get the 7 year itch and the dude steps off, you know, exit stage left. And Austin is pretty much doing that exact
well,
thing.
and
He already had
you
started it
see,
before 7 years.
she's going to
he has been heading. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying he's been heading this way for a long time.
Yeah.
One of the things he said in the video, he talked about some guy named Elliot that he went and watched his video about divorce. And y'all, I mean, if you want to be frustrated, go watch that video that he's referencing. It probably will
You
pop up
watched it?
underneath his video. I watched the video he was referencing. This guy is, I mean, talk about taking selfishness to the extreme. This guy, it only matters what's best to you.
Oh wow.
No, I'm sorry. Not when you make not when you make a life commitment to someone. Then it doesn't only matter what you. But I watched that video, and I would say, like, the way that Austin has come to this decision is because he's decided that he's going to go against the people that are going to give him the advice, or he hasn't reached out for the advice when this was a small problem.
Yeah.
He went to people. He went to people for advice. He didn't get the advice he wanted, and he went. You have to have people in your life that are, and you guys were people in my life that were there for me for decisions, right?
Yeah.
You guys were people that said, Danny, you get away from this girl. She's no good. You know?
Right.
Which is so
not
hard to
me.
do, but we did.
Yeah. So, like, you have to have, and you have to be willing to listen to people that are going to tell you the truth in your life. And what he's done is he's just gone to find and found people that are going to surround him to tell him what he's doing is good.
Yeah.
So who is this guy?
Yeah, it's some other YouTuber that divorced his wife.
Oh.
And he references that he has a really good video. He says it in his video. He's like, he has a really good video about divorce. I'm like, he has a really good video about divorce. Like, why are you searching for divorce videos? Like, you're making
Right.
the biggest decision of your life, and instead of like dealing with that
Because the
in
important part is the
introspective,
optics
he's
of
looking on
the
YouTube.
important part is the optics of how he's doing it for his ego.
Yeah. I just thought that was crazy. I was like, you need to be making this decision between you and God. You need to be making this decision between you and your wife. You do not need to be searching YouTube for popular divorce videos so that you know how to market and brand your divorce. Like, that's
Wow.
weird.
Wow. But then I want to backtrack a little bit before we
Yeah.
were disconnected to
Yeah.
your point. You mentioned that, you know, she's a single Black woman now, or will be, and, you know, like her dating profile is kind of, has like, you know, almost as if her value has decreased or gone down, kind of, you know, like she's been driven off the lot, so her value dropped.
Right.
And I see what you're saying, because there's a bit of truth in that, but then most of me disagrees with that, in the sense of, I mean, the reality is that people remarry all the time. I've seen people with 4 and 5 children get married.
Yeah.
And, you know, have functional, positive, you know, marriages.
Right.
So I think once she sees the value in herself, that'll project and it'll radiate. And once she's settled in with being a single parent, she'll be just fine.
I think so. My point was saying, like, in the definition of you want the best for her, so you're going to put her in this position.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
He turned her
I don't.
into a statistic, and on that level, I agree with you. Is that, yeah, he
Right.
unfortunately
From a
put
numbers
her-
standpoint.
Yeah, from a numbers
Right.
standpoint, that is exactly what he did. She now has baby's daddy drama. You know, she now has these things that she didn't sign up for. I'm sure she would not have gone the distance if she thought this was going to be, you know, where
Right.
it ended. So I think, unfortunately, yeah, statistically and looking at it just on that level, absolutely correct. He did leave her a single Black woman with children and a father who's not around.
And I mean, we also talked about before, you know, we dropped off, if you wanted to just kind of liken her to Valencia Product Junkie XOXO.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
Well,
douchebag
I think
fucking
people were
left.
commenting.
He like went out to fucking buy cigarettes and never came back, kind of deal, you know.
Yeah.
And she's thriving and her channel's growing.
Well, see, here's the thing with her though, and she did take a break.
Yeah. Which is necessary, which is always necessary.
Right. But one of the things about her is, and I watch her all the time, she makes me laugh so much. I'm like interested to see the new format that she's going to move towards. Like, she posted a video, I think yesterday or the day before, where she's driving down the road and she sees some car, like a hatchback with a spoiler on the back, and she starts yelling at the car, "Who raised you? Who raised you?" It's so funny. But
I think she's different though.
Her channel was not, so her videos and her stuff was not a Jim Carrey wannabe focused videos, if that makes sense. You know, like where her channel would thrive, Brittany's a background piece to Austin's shenanigans.
That's true.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't know that her channel can. She's had channels before and they've gone nowhere really.
Okay.
Well,
You know,
she had that
I think she's
breakdown channel that didn't
yeah.
go anywhere.
I wonder why they didn't name it Brit's Breakdown.
Yeah, exactly. You know, she had that channel that she really didn't keep with because it just didn't bring in the same viewership. It didn't bring in any of the same stuff that, you know, their main channel did. And I think, Danny, that's a really cool
And I'm curious to see how much
Valencia
percentage
is the face of her channel. Like, she's the strength of her channel. She's the face of her channel. People tune in for her. You know, and whereas
her husband was the background piece.
Yeah, I don't think people are tuning into the Knives Knowles for necessarily Brit. You know,
and
then Bailey 1987. I don't know what her new name is, but remember them? Yep.
They got divorced and then remarried.
Remarried, and I'm curious as to how her channel went once they divorced. Like, what was the viewership on her channel,
Okay,
and then obviously I'm sure it increased once they got back together.
But then when I tried to go look at their channel the other day, it looked like they deleted all their videos.
Oh.
So I don't know. Yeah, but Valencia was like, what was great about her was like she was just honest and real too. Like she was real with it.
And that's why we talked about her so much on our channel. We featured her. Like I remember finding her when she just had a few hundred subs.
Yeah.
Like I loved her. Yep, I loved her. And
then everybody gets
found out that her husband was white.
Right. Yeah, but again, she was genuine, and she was who she really is.
Absolutely.
I believe that that's who she really is. I believe that Gabe and Babe really are the people that they present themselves to be. Right? Minus arguments and fights. Like I think what's attractive about Gabriella, is that how you say her real name? Gabe? What's attractive about her is her genuineness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And again, meeting them makes them even more genuine in my head. Like when I met them, I was like, wow, these guys are exactly the people that they are on their videos.
Okay.
Like in the 45 minutes I got to hang out with them.
Yeah,
that was so awesome too. That was so awesome. So did you want to go to the comments? Coffee or Tea with Ann asks, Danny, do you think there's a chance that Austin might come back?
So with God, there always is, but no, I don't. I think he's done and he's out, and I don't think he wants to come back. And you have to want. And I mean, he'll. This is what I honestly see. I honestly see them doing this for about 6 months, and then all of a sudden he realized he made a horrible mistake when the hoochie dries up. When the hooch dries up, I think he'll try to come back, and they'll slowly reintroduce him to the videos. And we're just not going to do anything, guys. I hate how he calls everybody guys. But and then I mean it'll happen again and it'll be out. I really don't think that I think that he's done and he doesn't want to be married.
Coming back from this for him, unfortunately.
What's that, Piper?
I don't see any. I don't see him coming back from this, unfortunately.
Him choosing to come back?
I don't think people will accept him if he does come back.
That's true.
I think that.
He's the point when he comes back, the channel will not have any subscribers anymore.
So. Exactly. Like he's tiptoed into an area where now he's not going to be the same guy to a lot of people. A lot of people don't look at him the same way.
He's not trustworthy.
Yeah, his whole brand is ruined. I mean, because you have to remember at the beginning of their whole channel they were this young Christian couple. You know, they were a strong Christian young couple. And they did funny videos and stuff, but they had God as like the center and the focus, and they mentioned it very regularly, and that was something that...
Then they moved to LA.
God got lost. They couldn't find him anymore. They were like, where'd it go? And
he
so
the angels.
They literally, he lost their address. They didn't forward any mail. And so he ended up out of their marriage, and I think that kind of started something. And I saw it from that beginning. I was like, this is downhill from here, because they didn't even bring up God not one time, during their whole like LA stuff, unless they was to justify why they hadn't brought him up. Other than that, they did not do it anymore. And so I think that's why they have a lot of young viewers. That's why they have the viewers that they have. That's why they have the views that they have. And I think now that those people see them as a pretty different couple, it's just never going to work. He's never going to be able to step back in and be the Austin that everybody kind of loved and adored. He just lost that whole appeal.
But he's going to try.
He may try, but I don't think it's going to work. I think that, like you, Danny, said, like maybe 6 months, I think Brit's space is going to be a very short-lived situation, because I don't think people are tuning in to see her by herself. I really don't. She doesn't have the same attention-grabbing sort of personality, unfortunately. And not to say that her personality is bad, because I don't believe her personality is bad, but I think that unfortunately Austin was the pull to that whole situation. And before they had kids, it was, his hot wife. He always called her his hot wife. And that he lost that whole title for her after a while. Like, you just got to see how he suddenly came to that.
I think
So
that I think that he'll try. I think that she needs to get off YouTube. Like I love how I can be like armchair quarterback, and it's like this is what you got to do. Like I think that she needs to leave YouTube, go get a normal job, raise her kids, hopefully pocket as much of that YouTube money as she can,
Right.
and to help her along the way. But yeah, I think that trying. I think she'll have a couple months of subscribers, and maybe she'll have some. Hopefully she'll have something keeps going for a while. But yeah, I mean, even the fact when he was talking about it, he's saying rebranding. We are going to rebrand. Like
this is your life, dude. Why are
you don't rebrand a family?
Yeah, you're
like you don't recast. You're not gonna go get a new Aunt Viv. Like that doesn't work, right?
Can we go to the comments real quick? So Nisha rather says, I think he'll string the divorce along. He'll make another attempt to come back. And then Shay says Austin likes attention. He will be back on YouTube in some capacity.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike from Oz is here.
Yes, Mike from Oz is here. He says, hi, guys. I'm on a quick break. I don't have sound for the stream, but I thought I would drop in and say hi. Love you all and have a great rest of the show. Love you too, Mike. Thanks for dropping in. We appreciate it.
He can't hear us.
Awesome. Yeah, he just reads our lips. Just read her lips. She said it.
And Papa 9099.
There you go.
99, you keep mentioning Judith's life light.
There you go.
Her. We don't like her. She's annoying.
But it was sad.
We love you, Mike.
What happened?
You can't hear us.
Oh, cool, Danny. What did you say, Pipes?
Well, it was sad what happened to Judith's life. I mean, it really was sad to me.
With Travis.
Poor Travis. And I could have told anybody that was where it was going, but sadly, I was just like, man, he really destroyed
I don't even remember what happened.
He didn't leave her for a man?
Oh, shit.
For a man, right?
I don't think it was for a man, but I know he left her, and
he brought his African bride all the way from I don't know where she was
all
from.
the way from where she was, and then did
no black people at their wedding except for her.
Yeah, he did her wrong.
I'm sorry, I know that's.
She had all these videos with her crying. I mean, it was devastating.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not like, I'm empathetic, and that sucks. I'm assuming she's doing well. But what? I'm sorry, don't pay me any attention.
It was really sad.
Boys, oh my God, she was so freaking annoying.
Travis.
It was like Travis.
Freaking annoying. Like she was like nails on the chalkboard for me.
She has an accent and she had a speech impediment, and because she always was like,
and that hair. Oh my God, that hair. Oh, you guys, for anybody who knows, when you guys go back to the videos, like hair is like, it's so important to me. I can't look at bad hair. It just drives me nuts. And that hair would just be like a plucked chicken. I couldn't deal with it.
As you guys can see, Dee was not a watcher of Judith's life.
That hair and Danny, that boy, do it.
Travis.
Yeah.
Oh God, I couldn't. So
he would always be like this. He'd always be like this. What's up, man? What's up?
Oh God,
yeah.
I couldn't deal
I'm
with
gonna go out and work with the boys in my truck.
But he's another one I know who was very insecure and whatever. Hopefully she's coming to her own and she's doing well and all that good stuff. But I still don't watch her, so please stop bringing her up because anybody watching her.
Hey, look at the comments right now. Jenny says, but Judith's brother doesn't have an accent.
I don't care. I don't care about those people.
That is kind of funny that he does, but whatever. It's weird.
Oh God, I got tears in my eyes. I've got tears in my eyes.
She's just different. She's never been one of those people I follow well. I mean, I only knew about her because way back in the day, I watched her video of him proposing to her. Is what I saw.
Who,
Was
Judy?
yeah, Travis proposed to her, and I saw that because it was titled something crazy like proposing to my African. I don't know, and I was just like, okay.
My
So
African.
I watched it.
I'm proposing my African bride. We
I
gonna get
watched it,
hitched,
and she was
y'all.
so happy, but I felt like she was so naive, and that's what I couldn't get on board with. Her accent and stuff was not something I liked, but I couldn't get
Piper,
on
I
board with
remember
her.
you talking about that too.
Yeah, she was so naive, and I was just like, man, this girl is gonna be just bent over by life, and I just felt horrible for her. I was just like, man, this life is just gonna rip her a new one all up and down. Like she's just so innocent, and that to me was something that I just couldn't watch. I was like, I just can't watch it. So I never was able to be like a true subscriber. But
Kasia Murphy, have we heard about? Oh God, Maji says they were rude.
yes, we are.
And out of everybody in here, I don't know what it is about Maji. I feel like she's probably the most proper out of all of us.
Oh God. Kasia Murphy says they were a couple who were attacked by hoteps for the baby's photo shoot. She divorced from her husband as well, remarried, and seems happy. Oh, well, good. I'm glad she remarried.
Wait, they got divorced? I wondered what happened to them.
Kasia has a whole new life now. Did she marry a non-black man? We're waiting.
I'm gonna have to see it.
We'll wait on you guys. We know we're on a little bit of a delay. We'll wait to find out this.
Oh gosh. Oh wow, they had a beautiful little girl.
Yeah.
Well, good for
her.
Yo,
YouTubers are crazy. What about that white couple that they faked the pregnancy?
Oh, Sam and Nia.
Yeah, they faked the pregnancy, and then he was found on Ashley Madison.
Yes. Yeah, that
this
was
guy is cool. He's white. Her new husband is in the military. And this girl is gorgeous. I'm assuming Kasia Murphy. Of course she remarried, right? Right?
Is Alex talking about us?
Okay, you guys have to link me in on her, Kasia Murphy, because she sounds familiar, but I can't recall the face.
I think you're being hit on, by the way. D.
Who?
I think Alex is hitting on you.
Me?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, I thought it was girl Kasia Murphy.
He said this guy is cool, meaning me, and then he said, and this girl is gorgeous. It could be Piper.
Piper.
I said gorgeous. I mean you. I said gorgeous.
Oh, me. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yup. He says yup.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for tuning in.
Princess. Oh. Hi, New Jersey Princess. We haven't seen you around.
We got a ton of views just a second ago.
Anyone
who shared our video?
To Nightly Naps. Who's Nightly Naps with a K?
Who?
We don't know who she or they are. They have one video up. Oh.
Yeah, I don't really focus on the people. When I research people, I don't go for people with one video. So if we haven't heard of them, it's probably because I vetoed the opinion because the people don't have more than one video. I usually try to go for people who have more than one. They seem to be at least a little bit regular. I try to get us attention to those people. So
yeah.
I bring attention to those people. But yeah, if they have only one, then I'll go check them out and see if they start going more regular. But if not, then we don't really speak to them either.
Okay. So.
All right, guys.
That was a good laugh. But wait, can we just take a moment to talk about, I don't know if you guys know Dang She Tall. So I follow a lot of tall black women too.
Probably. I actually saw it. I think I did.
I don't know. So
Piper, do you follow short black women?
No.
I follow them. So she was married, I think in like 2015 or something, and then she got divorced last year, but they were together for a few years. Well, she's a beautiful girl. They were a young couple, unfortunately, but she's like dating a black dude now. I was like hovering to hit unsubscribe. I was like,
you are bad. You're like,
oh, so I gotta keep watching.
Oh, no.
And she did like a live stream with him, and I just was looking like, ew, like
you're like, I'm not interested in this.
I'm like, no, he's not cute at all. And he's just
no.
Gosh.
That's
no.
horrible.
So people were saying in the comments like, well, what happened to your husband? And that just goes to Piper's point. When you get a white man on your channel, it blows up.
Yep.
That's the recipe for success.
Oh gosh. So is Kasia Murphy, is she American?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's American. She was with her dude for a while. I mean, they were really young.
They are going wild in the comments. They're like laughing my ass off. I actually do unsubscribe. Like you serve me no entertainment purpose anymore. They're like, yeah, I wasn't interested either. So
Duck
you guys
and Kim are here.
What I'm talking about. Oh, Duck and Kim, hey! Duck and Kim, you guys need to check out Duck and Kim. They're awesome. They're like longtime supporters too.
Yes.
BWWM. Beautiful family. They're dope.
Yeah.
They're dope.
Awesome.
So, oh, you guys, you always make us laugh.
Yes.
Yeah.
You always make us laugh. We appreciate you guys in the comment. And my eyes are burning now.
And
we're gonna have to go soon because it's like what time is it out there?
It's late here. It's
Toya, I think it was Toya. She asked, "Are you doing something with Crystalline next year?"
Oh yeah, we're working on that still. We're still in the exploratory stages.
And I hope figuring it out as well. It depends.
Yeah.
If it conflicts with my Copenhagen trip or not. We'll see.
Hope not. That's what we're all
to go too.
We all want to be together.
Yeah, we're all trying to go together. So if we have a year
set up a
to save up,
we get t-shirts made and water bottles.
Booth, holla. About A stay yet? No. She was married to a white guy, but they divorced, and now she has a kid with another. No, ma'am, don't be going being a baby mama. That's a whole different show that we do have coming up. That's going to actually be our next show.
Yeah, that's our next show. We have a lot of, I don't know if any of you guys have been following the BWWM community, but it has blown up. It's huge. And there are a ton of new couples and families that are vlogging.
We're going to have to do a couple shows.
Yeah, so we're going to spread it out over more than one show because I have at least 30 couples written down.
We've done that before, though. We've broken it down. It's like part 1, part 2, and for all you newer folks, you guys can always go back and check those out.
Yeah, all our videos are archived, so go back.
The Great Acres postponed their marriage? What? I thought they were getting married.
Nope, they're not. They postponed.
Wait a damn minute.
They're not married.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Shay's saying they were.
Nope. The blog before the last one that they put up is it says canceled wedding, and they had just gotten their marriage license, and that's it. They were not married. Not married.
Wait a damn minute. So she moved. Is this the one with the 3 kids?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And
because of a reality show? Uh-oh. Y'all, when Mimi and I were engaged, we got reality show offers every other day. We got reality show offers.
No, they're not ever going to get married if they do that. No. Don't do that.
No, it's probably a reality show of a wedding.
Hopefully.
Oh, okay. I remember you talking about that.
We had those offers, and we would go down the road, like, okay, we'd go 3 months down the road, and then all of a sudden it'd be like, they go radio silent, and they pick up. They all contacted us
Now the show is
now the
reality is canceled. Well, they just need to go get married. So, but Piper is pulling together an extensive list, you guys, and we're going to break it up by, was it military,
African wives, British,
African American women,
yeah,
African
British
wives.
women.
Yeah.
It's a big list. I mean, the list that
mature
I have:
couples, young
All
couples,
girls, all right.
older couples, younger couples.
Nigerian accents and Southern accents.
It's so hard to listen to. That's rough on the ears.
African and hillbillies. We're gonna do that one.
But there's a ton. I mean,
of course, you know, A and BW, like of course, that's obvious.
Yeah.
When we lean towards BWWM in terms of, you know, just saying that, but we basically mean Black women with non-Black men.
Yeah. So, because we can't speak to, you know, how Black men feel with non-Black women, so we can only go from our own idea of, you know, what we can understand. So, yeah, only the Black woman and then whomever she's with of a different.
Just so you guys know,
and not dang she tall. Ain't nobody watching her with him. Just not. I was so sad, and I was like hovering, like, but she's so cute. Like, I just love her. But I'm like, no.
Well, there's another young couple that
we
is
gotta
very
stay
tall.
no. Huh?
There's another young couple that is really tall. Together, they are like a tall couple. Like, it's crazy. And I put them in a category all of their own, just ridiculously tall couple.
Based on, I think, like Papa 9099, I'm assuming that you're young. I'm getting the young vibe from you, because like you're like all about Judith, and for me, I know, you know, please intercept if I'm speaking out of turn.
56 years young, no
but
big
we
deal.
kind of like the 30 somethings. What?
She's just 56 years young, no big deal. That would be so funny if you totally misread this.
I know, but
she's like, I'm
78.
26. Boom, I knew it. Boom.
I knew it.
We can guess your age based on your comments.
Boom.
Step right up.
I'm getting older vibe from, we want to play this game? I'm getting older from Coffee or Tea with Ian. Oh, and she's
more
British.
mature.
Black British, holla.
More mature, not older.
She's
26. She's 105. Oh gosh. New Jersey Princess. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning down the middle towards you. I don't think you're, I don't know. I'm not guessing you're as old as me. That's for sure. Cause I'm the oldest one on this panel. I'm like the official old head.
Which is not old.
The matriarch. The matriarch.
Oh God. I'm the OG. I'm the OG. I don't know, New Jersey Princess. Like I don't know. I'm getting older than 26 from you.
But under 35?
It'd be hilarious if she was like, I'm 19.
I'm getting under 35, but over 26. Definitely, I'm getting over like 28.
She's like 14.
I know, right? She's like, I'm 13 and a half.
Papa 99.
She's an old soul. She's 14. 26.
That's what I'm getting from you.
Come on, Princess. Let us know if we're right or not.
Right. This is fun. So, but yeah.
We're all like sitting, waiting, staring at the comments.
Totally a delay, but this is fun stuff. You guys were like so awesome tonight.
Yes, we really like the interaction tonight. It's great.
Yeah.
And with our little glitch we had, the fact that you guys all dutifully came back means a lot to us, because we be slacking on our pimping sometimes.
22.
Boom! I was wrong. You're an old soul.
You're an old soul.
You're an old soul.
Hey, we got to say congratulations to Michelle Williams.
Yeah.
And not the one that was dating Heath Ledger. Not the little white girl with the pixie cut hair.
Ledger's baby mama. I like her.
Yeah. Not her.
Yeah,
but,
not that Michelle
but
Williams.
Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child. Yeah, Danny, you know about that. I don't know too much about him.
So she is dating. She's been very quiet about her relationships in the past. She does not tell people she's dating. and she is dating a white guy, definitely white chocolate.
Yeah.
And he was a youth he was a youth pastor, and now he's the chaplain for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Dodgers. His name is Chad Johnson, but it's not Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy if Michelle Williams, Keith Ledger's baby mama, started dating Chad Ochocinco?
That would be weird. That'd be a really weird world we live in.
He knows to stay away from trash.
Yeah.
So, and also we want to say congratulations to Girls Night, because you guys hear that movie was the biggest.
It's not Girls
biggest
Night. I thought it was Girls Trip.
Girls Trip.
Did I say Girls Night?
Yeah.
All right, so I and my white girlfriends go see this movie this weekend. So that's what we did. We saw it at like 10:30 in the morning on Saturday morning. Danny has not seen it.
Nope.
And I say he's racist.
Probably.
He's racist for not going to support this movie. I don't think it's right. I think he should go. You guys
I'm going to. My wife is about to come out of the other room because she's watching online, and she's about to come out and say, "Preach, D." But yes, I'm going to. And I'm going to go spend my money. I'm not going to go watch it in the discount theater because I'm going to support. Like there's certain movies. There's certain movies that I pay full price for, and I go at night, so I pay the most, so I can be support. So I'm definitely going to go do that. You guys hear? So the delay is about 15 seconds. So yes, I plan on seeing it with my wife at some point soon. I'm just not a fan of buddy comedies, but I will go and support.
But this isn't like one of those buddy comedies like, you know, Kevin Hart and like The Rock or something. This is like
no. This is like the previews make it look like it's Black Girls Hangover.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah, kind of.
Which I wasn't.
27. 27.
Wasn't a fan.
She said twirling and swirling and 27. How you doing? How you doing? All right,
wait,
you guys.
Was that the hashtag say no to white chocolate?
You just say, hashtagged it too.
Yeah.
Say no to white chocolate.
You need to put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, right? I'm all about the sexual vanilla.
The circle and the cross? No.
But
yeah, I hope it works out. She just seems so weak and mild, and maybe he is too, so maybe that'll work.
Yeah.
Girls Trip, it set a record this weekend for biggest comedy open. So
awesome.
That's Black Girl Magic right there.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But so we can get into some other time my weirdness with Jada.
Yes, we will have to table that for another episode.
Jada, we can talk. Yeah.
Well,
maybe 2 weeks.
We discussed it, and so we're trying to do like what, 2 shows at least a month. So in 2 weeks we should be able to come back, hopefully, and have another show for you guys, and it'll probably be a Tuesday because that seems to work for everyone.
Yep.
So we're going to reinvigorate our Tuesday nights, and we are going to try to do 2 shows a month. So there'll be like 2 weeks between, and our next.
But the last time we made promises like this, we disappeared for 6 months. So
we're not making a promise.
We ain't making no promises. We'll be back. You'll see it. We'll be back.
There will be a promotional video up. You guys will know, and as long as you guys keep active in the comments and everything, even after the shows, that revitalizes us and makes us want to come back on too. So that definitely pushes us to be able to provide you guys with a better show.
It goes radio silent. But for all the fairly new people, there's lots of our content out there, our old shows that you can watch from day one.
And we actively will respond to comments that you make on those shows. Like if you make a comment on a show from 4 years ago, we're still gonna go in and
still respond. We'll try our hardest to respond and be just in the same mindset we were 4 years ago.
Even though we're halfway to a new person.
Exactly. But we will be doing our best to come back because not only do we miss you guys, we miss each other when we're not doing shows. So we will absolutely be making every effort to be more consistent. So help us with that and bring your friends.
Bring your
Yeah,
friends. Tell your mom. Tell your wife. Tell your husband. Tell everybody. They out here raping
Get
everybody.
out there and swirl. So I just wanted to say, the other day there was a friend that's driving. I graduated high school with her, and we still have our circles. We hang out, and so we went to this one spot, but they were calling for rain, so that's actually why we went to the spot. And then when it didn't rain, we went to the original spot, which is outdoors on the water. It's called Morgan's on the Pier. Morgan's Pier. And we're hanging out. Excuse me. And we're hanging out, and it's packed, and it's mostly white millennials. And I'm old and black, and we're all old and black, most of us. And they were our school was pretty mixed, so there was white guy and a white girl around or whatever. So, but most of us were black. And so these two white guys come over to the table, and he's talking to me, and I have, as you can see, the faux locks, and my friend has real locks, and she happens to actually be married to a white guy. So he's like, your hair is so nice. It's so cool. I wish I could do that. I wish I could have, like cool hair. I used to have really cool hair. So he takes his baseball cap off, and he's like balding, but it's very low. It's cut low. So he's like talking, and then the one girl, she's always been very aggressive, like oh God, she's super aggressive. She like inserts herself into the conversation, and she's like talking or whatever. And I'm packing up to leave at this point because I had been drinking for like 5 hours straight. So it was time to go home. Oh man, I was twisted. Like from those margaritas, they were so good. I woke up with the worst headache the next day. So I'm like packing up, and he's introducing himself around the table. By this time, I'm kind of like behind him. So I get out to the car and everything. So then my friend texts me, and she goes, "Oh, he was like super disappointed that you left." And I'm like, "Well, you fucking just like jumped all up in the conversation and didn't give me a moment to, like a chance to say anything." So anyway, my point is, ladies, go somewhere different. You never know what you're going to find. Who knows what would have happened if I would have stayed there and pursued, and continued to have a conversation with this guy. But anyway, go somewhere different this week. Promise me. If you go to see Girls Trip, go to maybe a different movie theater to see it, or go to a happy hour in a different neighborhood, a more an upscale neighborhood. Get out there, ladies. That's the only way we're going to swirl. You're not swirling online.
Yeah.
Got to get out there, and you got to swirl real life. People are asking about my age in the comments. I'm old. That's all you need to know.
You never ask a lady her age.
No, I have a problem with it. I will be 39 in September, so I'm the OG on this panel here. It's my young buck. So anyway, we are definitely coming back in a few weeks, guys.
Yep, and
you can definitely hold us to that, unless like we die. So we'll be here.
Right.
Let's hope that doesn't happen to any of us. I got a lot more life to live, so hopefully I don't get hit by a bus or something. But or sidetrack looking at green grass because I never saw it before, so I don't know what it is. I'll get sidetracked and fall off a cliff or something looking at green grass. So, but no, we will be back, everyone, and we appreciate you guys for coming. And please keep interacting with us because we enjoy it.
And as always, we are wishing you love, light, and swirl.